What if the energy that shapes your reality isn't outside of you, but within you waiting for your command? What if your thoughts could sculpt the world, your breath could shift emotion, and your intention could bend the unseen currents of the universe? Stay with me. What you're about to discover isn't fantasy. It's a forgotten power. And it starts with one simple choice to wake up. Within every human being lies a vast reservoir of power, an invisible current pulsing beneath the surface of everyday awareness. It is the source behind your vitality, the force that animates your body, fuels your mind, and breathes life into your desires. And yet, for many, this energy remains elusive, shrouded in mystery, dismissed as myth, or lost beneath the noise of modern life. But it's there, waiting, alive. Ancient wisdom has whispered of this energy for centuries, calling it prana, chi, ether, vital force. Each tradition offers a different name, but they all point to the same truth that energy is not some external substance to be acquired. It is your essence, and once you learn how to feel it, to shape it, to command it, your entire experience of reality begins to shift. In this journey, you will take your first steps into the world of energy control, not through vague concepts, but through practical, time-tested techniques rooted in the disciplines of Hermeticism, Qigong, and spiritual science. You'll learn how to awaken your awareness, direct your intention, and cultivate the force that flows through every breath, thought, and emotion. This is not about control in the rigid sense. It's about harmony, about becoming a conductor of your own energetic symphony. It's about aligning the body, mind, and spirit so that life no longer feels like something that happens to you, but something you create from the inside out. So breathe in, and let's begin. There is a force within you, immeasurable, unseen, yet more real than the world you see with your eyes. It doesn't shout, it doesn't demand, but it is always there. Vital energy, life force, the essence that sustains you. This energy isn't abstract or theoretical. It is the very substance of your existence. In every heartbeat, every sensation, every thought, this current is flowing. It moves through your body as vitality, through your mind as focus, and through your spirit as will. And while modern life tends to bury this awareness beneath noise and distraction, the ancient world revered it as sacred. To truly understand energy, you must first accept a fundamental truth. You are not just flesh and bone. You are a field of living energy, dynamic, responsive, and deeply connected to the universe around you. This energy may seem invisible, but its effects are unmistakable. It shapes your health, your moods, your intuition, even your presence in a room. Franz Bardon, a master of Hermetic practice, once wrote that without mastering this energy, a person is but a leaf in the wind tossed about by unseen forces, vulnerable to every emotional storm, mental distraction, and spiritual drift. But when this energy is harnessed, when it is known and guided, it becomes the flame that lights your path. You might wonder, how can something invisible be so powerful? Think of electricity. You do not see it, yet it powers your home. Think of the wind. You cannot grasp it, but it moves mountains of water and shapes entire landscapes. Vital energy is the same, subtle, but undeniable. This life force flows through you constantly. It manifests in your body as health or illness, in your emotions as clarity or chaos, in your thoughts as creativity or confusion, and most importantly, it responds to your will. You are not merely its passenger, you are its pilot. But first, you must learn to feel it. Long before modern science tried to dissect the human condition into cells, hormones, and neurons, the ancient mystics understood something far more subtle and infinitely more powerful. They spoke of a force that transcended flesh, something eternal, ever-present, and shaped not just by biology, but by consciousness itself. They gave it names: prana in India, chi in China, ether in the West, and vital force in countless spiritual traditions. Though the terms differ, they all describe the same living essence, an invisible substance that moves through everything, giving form, motion, and meaning to the material world. In the esoteric world, this energy was never regarded as metaphor. It was practical, usable, shapeable. And it wasn't the exclusive domain of monks or mystics. It was understood to be the natural birthright of every human being. Franz Bardon, one of the great figures of Western Hermeticism, described this energy as the connective tissue between soul, spirit, and body. In his seminal work, Initiation into Hermetics, he writes, "Without the control of energy, man is but a leaf in the wind of the universe." This isn't just poetic, it's a warning. Without awareness of energy, you become reactive, fragmented, vulnerable to the emotional tides and psychic weather of the world around you. But with awareness, you become the eye in the storm. Bardon understood that energy was not a commodity to be stored or hoarded. It was a flow, and flows can be guided. Enter Eliphas Levi, the 19th century occultist whose insights still ripple through modern magical traditions. He called this energy the magnetic fluid, a subtle, almost imperceptible current that fills all of creation. Like water in a river, it moves naturally. But unlike water, it can be guided by thought alone. He wrote, "He who knows the secret of the magnetic fluid can turn thoughts into reality, desires into strength, and the very soul into light." This is not metaphor. This is technique. It means your thoughts are not isolated. Your feelings are not private. They are waves in a vast energetic ocean, transmitting, receiving, shaping, affecting. Energy, in this light, is not a separate entity from you. It is you, the deepest version of you. Your moods, intentions, memories, breath, all of them leave imprints in this energetic field. You are not simply within energy. You are made of it. Every breath you take is a dance between the internal and external currents. Every moment of awareness is an opportunity to shape those currents deliberately, to choose how your energy responds, expands, or contracts. This is not esoteric indulgence. It is the foundation of energetic mastery. And then we arrive at Aleister Crowley, a man often misunderstood, but whose grasp of energy was razor sharp. In Magic Without Tears, he emphasized a core idea. Energy control begins not with exotic rituals or external forces, but with balance. Balance between the three core layers of your being: body, mind, and spirit. The body, he said, must be nourished through breath, food, and movement. Without this, energy has no stable vessel. The mind must be directed because thought is the vibration that gives shape to energy. The spirit, finally, is the deepest source, the fountain from which all energy springs. He summed it up in a line both elegant and terrifyingly powerful. Magic is the art of transforming reality through disciplined will, and will is energy in its purest form. This is not fantasy. This is instruction. You don't need to believe in magic. You just need to recognize that reality itself responds to intention, that your inner state is your creative instrument. That control isn't about dominance, it's about direction, and that the moment you begin to notice your energy, to feel its pulses, sense its rhythms, you step out of the fog of unconscious reaction and into the clarity of conscious creation. In the next chapter, we enter the breath because nothing connects us more intimately to our energy than the air that moves in and out of us, moment by moment, life after life. It begins with breath. Before thoughts arise, before emotions stir, there is breath, silent, constant, ancient. In the deepest traditions of the East, breath is not just a biological function. It is a sacred act, a cosmic exchange between the self and the universe. The Chinese called it Qi, the breath of life, the animating current that flows through everything. The Hindus named it prana, the invisible river that carries vitality into every cell, every thought, every spirit. Chai is not metaphor. It is the living pulse that binds the seen and the unseen. It is the bridge between your bones and your consciousness, between the earth beneath your feet and the stars above your head. In the ancient practice of Qigong, a subtle and powerful energy art from China, breath is the gateway to mastery. Through deliberate breathing and intentional movement, the practitioner learns to sense, cultivate, and direct qi. What begins as breath becomes sensation. What begins as sensation becomes energy. And what begins as energy becomes power. To understand qi, you must understand its nature. It is both material and immaterial. It moves through the body like blood linked to every organ, every nerve, every function. But it also extends beyond the skin, forming an energetic halo known as the biofield. When this flow is smooth, the body thrives. When it is blocked, imbalance begins physically, emotionally, spiritually. According to traditional Chinese medicine, qi flows through meridians, 12 primary channels corresponding to vital organs like the heart, liver, lungs, kidneys. These meridians are not symbolic. They are real energetic highways, and those who train can feel them. Alongside them exist 8 extraordinary meridians, which act as storage banks and regulators, deep reservoirs of energy that stabilize the system. Imagine these meridians as rivers flowing through a field. If a river is blocked, the crops wither, disease takes root. But if water moves freely, the land flourishes. So it is with chai. When it stagnates, we experience fatigue, pain, confusion, depression. When it flows, there is clarity, joy, strength, purpose. Chai is also deeply tied to yin and yang, the dual forces that underpin the cosmos. Yin is the quiet, the receptive, the feminine. Yang is the active, the expressive, the masculine. Qi arises from the dance between these opposites. Neither is better. Neither dominates. Balance is the key. Too much yang and the energy burns out. Too much yin and it stagnates. But in harmony, they generate endless vitality. On a higher level, qi is not just for health. It is a vehicle for awakening. Those who train deeply in Qigong or internal alchemy use qi as a ladder from the dense reality of the physical world to the subtle dimensions of spirit. When breath and intention align, qi becomes more than energy. It becomes consciousness itself, flowing outward to touch the universe. This isn't mysticism, it's experience. Practitioners have long reported spontaneous insights, visions, emotional releases, and profound clarity simply through breathwork and chai circulation. Science is slowly catching up, observing how focused breathing regulates the nervous system, blood pressure, and immune function. But long before labs confirmed it, the sages already knew to breathe with awareness is to tap into the very code of life. Let's pause for a moment now, not to learn more, but to feel. Close your eyes. Sit still. Inhale deeply through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. Feel that. That's not just air. That's qi rising, flowing, softening. This is how it begins. And once you learn to work with it, to gather it, move it, circulate it, you stop living at the mercy of the world and start shaping the world from the inside out. To command energy is not a matter of muscle, it is a matter of mind. In the world of occultism, energy does not obey force, it follows consciousness. And at the center of that consciousness is the mind, the silent architect of your inner world. The lens through which energy is focused, amplified, and directed. Franz Bardon, the formidable Hermetic master, made one thing crystal clear: energy control is impossible without mental discipline. It doesn't matter how much energy flows through your body if your mind is scattered, noisy, or clouded by doubt. The mind, Bardon taught, is both the conductor and the framework of energy. Without it, the current has no shape, no purpose, just chaos. Think of your thoughts as magnets. Every belief, every inner dialogue, every fleeting image pulls energy toward a form. And once enough energy gathers, that form takes root in reality. Your life, moment to moment, is a mirror of your most persistent mental patterns. Whether you know it or not, you are always practicing energy control. The only question is, are you doing it consciously? The first and most important step toward mastery is introspection. That means turning inward, observing your thoughts without judgment, witnessing your emotional patterns, becoming aware of the unconscious programs that run beneath the surface of your actions. This awareness, though seemingly passive, is a form of energetic cleansing. It clears space, it opens channels, it sets the stage for deliberate creation. In Bardon's teachings, the clean mind is the key to manipulating external energies. If your inner world is cluttered, your intention will be weak, your focus will flicker, your results will scatter like light through a broken lens. He writes, "The human mind functions as a magnet for universal energy. Thoughts, emotions, and intentions shape the flow that circulates within and beyond the body. This is not symbolic language. This is a blueprint. You are a receiver and transmitter. What you think and feel does not remain inside, it echoes outward, imprinting the very field of existence. But here's the paradox: before you can direct energy outwards, you must reclaim it from within. Every time you indulge in distraction, you leak energy. Every time you suppress emotion, you dam the current. Every unconscious belief, every mental loop, every burst of reactivity pulls your energy in 100 directions. No wonder so many feel exhausted, disoriented, powerless. They are scattering their essence without knowing it. True energy work begins with mental hygiene. This is why nearly every spiritual path, Hermeticism, Qigong, yoga, mysticism emphasizes stillness, meditation, concentration. These are not side practices. They are the forge in which your energetic will is tempered. Imagine your mind as a clear, still lake. When thoughts are chaotic, the surface ripples wildly. No reflection can form, no light can penetrate. But when stillness returns, when the mind calms, clarity emerges. The surface becomes a mirror. The light of spirit shines through. This is the foundation. From this stillness, you begin to guide energy with intention, not by brute force, but with refined awareness. You learn to hold your focus like a laser, direct your will like a sculptor's hand, and feel your inner state ripple through the subtle layers of reality. It begins with something as simple as breath awareness, then posture, then emotion, then thought. You do not need to move mountains. You only need to move your awareness deliberately, consistently, inward, and the rest follows. In the next section, we begin doing the first practical steps in activating and harmonizing the physical body, which serves as the vessel for this vital energy. Because energy cannot flow where there is no connection, and the first connection is to your body. The body is not a cage. It is not a burden. It is the vessel crafted perfectly to contain, conduct, and express energy. Your skin, your muscles, your breath, your senses, all of it is designed for a single purpose: to house the vital force that animates you. And yet, how often do we truly inhabit the body? How often do we feel it not just as shape, but as sensation, as presence? Before you can direct energy outward or upward, you must first root it in the body. This is the foundation of all real practice. The body is not separate from energy. It is energy in form. Every cell pulses with it. Every nerve is a wire. Every breath is a current. But without awareness, the body becomes numb. And a numb body is a blocked body. Energy cannot move through what you do not feel. So we begin by awakening awareness. Not through theory, but through direct experience. Find a quiet space. Sit or lie down comfortably. Let silence settle around you like mist. Now close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Bring your attention to your feet. Simply notice them. Feel their weight, their temperature, any subtle tingling or vibration. Then, like a gentle wave, let your awareness rise: ankles, calves, knees. No need to rush. Let your attention pass upward, slowly, intentionally. Thighs, hips, stomach, chest, shoulders, arms, hands, neck, and finally the top of your head. As your awareness touches each part, imagine it awakening as if light is blooming under your skin. You're not just noticing, you're activating. This practice done daily for 5 to 10 minutes opens the sensory gates. It calms the nervous system. It deepens the connection between mind and body. And most importantly, it teaches you how to feel energy. Because energy speaks in sensation, in warmth, in vibration, in pressure. When you scan, you begin to hear its language. This is the first step toward embodiment, not living in your head, but in your whole being. Now, we move deeper into the breath. Sit upright or lie flat. One hand on your belly, the other on your chest. Inhale slowly through your nose. Let the breath push the belly outward. Feel it rise beneath your hand. Keep the chest still. Then exhale through your mouth, gently, letting the belly fall. This is not just breathing. This is energy alignment. Each inhalation draws in prana, or chai. Each exhalation releases tension, stagnant emotion, psychic residue. Your breath becomes the rhythm of purification. Perform 10 cycles, twice a day. In Qigong, this breath feeds the lower dantian, an energetic center located just below the navel. It is the cauldron where qi is stored, refined, and circulated. When you breathe into this center, you are feeding the root of your energetic system. Eliphas Levi once said, "Breathing is the means by which we absorb and redistribute the magnetic fluid." He was right. Every breath is a bridge between your inner world and the universe. Learn to walk it consciously. Now, let us shift from breath to sensation. Energy in the hands. Sit comfortably, spine tall, shoulders relaxed. Raise your hands to chest level, palms facing each other but not touching. Inhale deeply. On the exhale, visualize warmth building in your palms. Inhale again. Exhale. Feel your hands begin to tingle. Imagine energy rising from your belly, flowing up the spine, out through your arms, and gathering between your hands like an invisible sphere. With each breath, it becomes denser, warmer, more alive. Feel it. You may sense heat, or pulsing, or a magnetic push between the palms. This is not imagination. This is energy responding to your attention. Practice for 5 minutes daily. In time, your hands will become tools of energy transfer, able to project intention, direct healing, or charge objects. But it begins here with feeling, with stillness, with belief rooted in experience. Each of these exercises is a thread woven together. They form the foundation of embodiment. When practiced with consistency and reverence, they awaken the body temple. They prepare the vessel for more refined currents. They root your awareness not in theory, but in sensation, because energy cannot be studied from afar. It must be lived, felt, moved, and your body, this ancient instrument of perception, is the first and final gateway to true power. Breath is the river, energy is the current, and consciousness is the boat that rides upon it. In the most ancient traditions, breath was never merely air. It was life. It was sacred. It was the intimate meeting point between the body and the spirit, between the physical and the immaterial. Each breath, when taken with awareness, becomes an act of creation. Breath is the master key to your energy system. It awakens, it cleanses, it directs, and most importantly, it connects. The ancients knew this. Qigong practitioners call the breath the carrier of qi. Yogis refer to it as pranayama, the expansion and control of the vital force through breath. Alchemists used breath rituals to transmute energy. Every tradition, no matter the culture or geography, points to one truth when you command your breath. You begin to command reality. Let's deepen this command with intention. Return to your upright seated posture. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply through your nose, expanding your belly. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth, allowing the abdomen to deflate. Now layer in visualization. As you inhale, imagine luminous energy rising up from the earth, entering your spine, filling your lungs, moving through your arms. As you exhale, direct that energy to your palms. Feel them warm, feel them tingle, feel them become alive. This is energy in motion responding to your breath, guided by your focus. Do this for 5 minutes, daily. With repetition, your hands will begin to hum with vitality. You'll sense more than warmth, you'll feel electricity, like a magnetic field wrapping around your fingers. This is your chai awakening, circulating, preparing for deeper work. Now, we shift into an ancient and powerful exercise. Nadi Shodhana is a cornerstone of yogic breathwork. It purifies the energy channels nadis, balances the hemispheres of the brain, and harmonizes the solar and lunar currents within the body. This practice doesn't just calm the mind, it rewires the entire system. Here's how. Sit comfortably with your spine tall. Using your right hand, close your right nostril with your thumb. Inhale slowly and deeply through your left nostril. Close the left nostril with your ring finger. Release the right nostril and exhale completely through it. Inhale through the right nostril. Close the right, release the left, and exhale through the left. This is 1 cycle. Continue for 10 cycles. Always keep the breath slow, deep, and rhythmic. Symbolically, this exercise unites opposites. Left nostril Ida, the lunar current, connected to the parasympathetic system, cooling, calming, feminine. Right nostril Pingala, the solar current, energizing, active, masculine. By alternating nostrils, you weave harmony into your system. You become the central channel Sushumna, where the 2 rivers meet, where the serpent of awakening begins to rise. The benefits are immediate mental clarity, emotional equilibrium, nervous system regulation. But the deeper gifts are subtle. Your thoughts quiet. Your energy refines. Your awareness expands beyond the body. This is not just breath control, it is energy shaping. Every inhale becomes a drawing in of power. Every exhale becomes a release of resistance. And with each full cycle, the mind becomes still, and the field becomes yours. But why does it work? Because energy follows awareness. Where you place your focus, your breath, your thoughts, your attention, energy gathers. And when energy gathers, transformation begins. This is why breath is central to all mystical disciplines. It is the one tool you always carry, the one ritual available in every moment, and the one gateway that requires no belief, only presence. So breathe slowly, consciously, with reverence, and feel the power that was always yours. Return. Emotions are not just fleeting experiences. They are frequencies. They are fuel. They are color on the canvas of your energy field. In every ancient system, from Qigong to Hermeticism, from alchemy to mysticism, one principle is constant emotion is energy in motion. What you feel, you emit. What you emit, you attract. And what you attract becomes your reality. To control energy, you must learn to dance with emotion, not suppress it, not fear it, but understand it as a language. Because emotions don't lie. They don't rationalize. They are pure, raw signals. They tell you where energy flows and where it's blocked. The great Eliphas Levi said, "The mind is the brush, the emotions are the paint, the universe is the canvas. Your emotional state is not passive, it's generative." Joy doesn't just feel good, it lifts your frequency, opens your channels, expands your energetic field. Gratitude doesn't just soften the heart, it harmonizes your meridians, making you a conductor for cosmic flow. But the inverse is also true. Anger burns the liver, fear unbalances the kidneys, sadness collapses the lungs. These aren't symbolic associations. They are energetic truths acknowledged in both Eastern and Western esoteric medicine. When an emotion becomes chronic, it creates blockage, and blocked energy becomes stagnation, first emotional, then physical, then spiritual. In Qigong, each organ is seen as both biological and energetic. Every emotion has a home. Anger resides in the liver. Fear nestles in the kidneys. Grief hides in the lungs. Joy blossoms in the heart. Worry settles in the stomach and spleen. This is why energy work cannot be separated from emotional work. You cannot build a strong current on a broken circuit. To flow, your system must be open. And to open, you must feel deeply. honestly, without resistance. Emotions are not your enemy. They are your compass, but they must be balanced, because uncentered emotion is chaotic, and chaos scatters energy. In the Western magical traditions, this is seen in the concept of the magician's focus. To manifest anything, the magician must be emotionally centered. Why? Because the emotional state determines the quality of the energy emitted. A disordered emotion will taint even the clearest intention. Energy follows focus, but focus cannot be sustained by a mind hijacked by emotional turbulence. This is why meditation, breathwork, and introspection aren't just calming techniques. They are tools of alignment. Aleister Crowley put it plainly, energy has no intrinsic morality. It simply responds to the emotional and intentional state of the one directing it. In other words, your emotion colors your will shapes your energy creates your world. So what do you feel? Take a moment, not to think, but to sense. Is there tension? Bitterness? Hope? Excitement? That's your energy speaking. And once you become aware of that language, you can begin to translate it into power. You can transmute fear into courage, anger into clarity, sadness into softness. This isn't denial, it's alchemy. So how do you begin? Start small. Observe without judgment. Notice the emotion. Name it. Breathe into it. Ask what it needs, where it lives in your body, how it's shaped your choices. Then, once it is seen, gently guide it. Smile into your heart. Place your hands on your belly. Exhale through the mouth. Let it go. This is emotional hygiene. This is energetic sovereignty. You are not your emotions, but you are their steward. And the quality of your energy depends on the care with which you hold them. Remember, your emotions are the ink. Your focus is the pen. And the life you live is the story you write with every breath. Every act begins in silence. Not the silence of sound, but the silence of intention, that invisible whisper of desire beneath your thoughts, that subtle pulse behind your actions. Intention is not a wish. It is not vague hope or passive dreaming. It is the seed of reality. The moment you set an intention pure, clear, and aligned, you do more than just imagine. You issue an energetic command to the universe. Energy flows where intention goes. And intention, when held with unwavering clarity, becomes destiny's architect. But here's the truth. Not all intentions are created equal. Most people's intentions are fuzzy, blunted by doubt, scattered by emotion, or distorted by ego. They want many things, but feel divided. They seek change, but their energy is diffused across fear, distraction, and inner conflict, and so nothing moves. True intention is laser-like. It's not louder, it's sharper. It comes from the heart, not the ego, from soul, not from scarcity. It's not, I want this because I lack. It's, I intend this because it is aligned. In the esoteric arts, intention is the architect, and concentration is the builder. One defines the vision, the other applies the force. When your intention is aligned with your deeper truth, not your momentary cravings, but your soul's clarity, it begins to shape energy like a sculptor with clay. The vibration of that intention permeates your field, magnetizing opportunities, insights, resources, and allies. It's not magic, it's resonance. You are always radiating energy. But when that radiation has a direction, when it is guided by clean, consistent intention, it begins to attract. And like gravity, that attraction becomes undeniable. So how do you access this level of intention? Start by asking, not what do I want, but what am I truly ready to create? Sit with that. Let the answer rise not from the mind, but from the body, the breath, the soul. Once it arrives, speak it, write it, feel it, and then live it, not in frantic pursuit, but in gentle alignment. This kind of intention is not obsessive. It doesn't beg or chase. It radiates. It acts when called and rests when it must. It becomes a field of gravity, and the universe begins to respond. Now, add concentration, because without it, energy disperses. Concentration is the energetic muscle that holds intention in place. It is the art of returning, again and again, to a single point of focus, whether that is a breath, a word, an image, or a sensation. It stabilizes the signal. It strengthens the transmission. In yoga, this is called dharana. Deep focus on a single object, whether it's a chakra, a sound, a flame, or a mantra. The practice is the same. Keep the mind still. Direct it like a river into a narrow channel. Watch as the energy intensifies. Without concentration, the mind wanders, energy scatters, the signal weakens. But with it, intention becomes unbreakable. You must train this muscle daily. Start small. Focus on your breath for 5 minutes without distraction. Visualize a light in your heart and keep it steady. Repeat a simple mantra and observe your mind when it drifts. Each moment of return strengthens the current. Each breath brings your energy into sharper form. Now combine the two, intention and concentration. Set a clear desire, healing, insight, transformation, peace. Then focus on it, not with strain but with surrender, as if holding a candle in a dark cave, gently, steadily, lovingly. Let that flame grow. Feel your energy gather around it. Feel your breath become fuel. Feel your emotion rise not in chaos, but in coherence. This is not imagination. This is manifestation in its purest form, because intention is not about control, it's about alignment. And when alignment happens, energy obeys. It flows, it builds, it becomes, and so, the path unfolds, not from force, but from the quiet certainty of a soul that knows this is what I came here to create. A distracted mind leaks energy. A focused mind becomes a conduit of power. Of all the tools available to the practitioner of energy control, none is more essential or more elusive than concentration. Not mere attention, but sustained, unwavering mental presence, the ability to fix your awareness on one point without scattering, without drifting, without dissolving into thought after thought after thought. Why is this so vital? Because energy does not simply obey movement. It obeys direction, and direction requires focus. To shape reality, you must first shape your mind. To command subtle energy, you must still the inner chatter that fractures your intention. You must become single-pointed like the tip of a spear, like the eye of a storm. In every mystical tradition, concentration is the gate. In yoga, it is dharana, the sixth limb, the deep mental absorption before meditation turns into transcendence. In Hermeticism, it is the secret behind ritual, not the symbols, not the candles, but the mental fixation that charges every act with meaning. In magic, no spell works without it. No invocation reaches its mark without it. Franz Barton said, "The human mind tends to wander by its nature. But true energy control begins when the magician learns to direct the current of thought deliberately. This is the truth behind all power. The energy that shapes your world must pass through the channel of your attention. And if that channel leaks, the current weakens. Think of your mind like a magnifying glass. When scattered, it warms, when focused, it ignites. This is not about forcing thoughts away. It's about training attention. Like a wild horse, the mind must be tamed with patience and consistency, not by fighting it, but by guiding it. Start here. The flame exercise. Light a small candle and place it in front of you. Sit comfortably and relax your breath. Now, simply gaze at the flame. Not with effort, not with strain, just be with it. Notice its flicker, its color, its rhythm. When your mind drifts, and it will gently bring it back. No judgment, just return. Do this for 5 minutes. That's it. It may seem simple, even mundane. But this is not about the candle. It's about you, about the invisible muscles of awareness being strengthened with each return. Over time, this flame will become more than light. It will become a mirror showing you how your energy moves, how your thoughts shift, how your emotions ripple. And as your attention grows stronger, so will your ability to direct energy with precision. Now deepen this skill with the breath lock, focused breathing. Sit comfortably. Inhale deeply through the nose for 4 counts. Hold the breath for 4 counts. Exhale slowly for 6. Pause at the bottom for 2. As you breathe, focus your awareness on the sensation of air moving through your nostrils. Nothing else. No visualization. No intention. Just pure, raw focus. If the mind wanders, bring it back to the breath. This is your anchor, your center, your current. Perform this breath cycle for 5 minutes. Each time you return your attention to the breath, you reclaim energy. Each cycle is a clearing of mental fog, a refinement of your inner field. In time, this practice becomes more than a ritual. It becomes a state of being. You move through the world with clearer perception, less reactivity, greater calm. And when you choose to focus, whether on a visualization, a healing act, or a manifestation, your energy hits the mark with laser precision. Because now, it's not scattered, it's not diluted, it's concentrated. This is the heart of manifestation. Not trying harder, but focusing deeper. Not spreading energy thin across 1,000 desires, but channeling it like a river through a single course. You become like a sculptor chiseling reality with thought, breath, and focus. And as you deepen your concentration, you begin to touch something even more profound, a silence beyond mind, a stillness beyond emotion, a state of pure awareness where intention, energy, and being merge. This is the threshold of true magic. But before we enter that threshold, let us return to the breath one final time. Not as a tool of control, but as a bridge to balance. Because the breath, when harmonized, becomes the key to the next dimension of mastery. The breath is rhythm. It is the sacred pendulum that swings between body and soul, silence and sensation, doing and being. If there is a single thread that weaves through every esoteric tradition, if there is a single practice that sits at the center of energy mastery, it is this conscious breath work. We've learned how breath awakens the body. We've seen how it carries energy, shapes focus, soothes emotion. Now, we enter its deepest function, balance, because to be powerful, you must be centered. To direct energy, you must first stabilize it. And to stabilize energy, you must regulate the nervous system, the switchboard of your entire being. The nervous system determines whether your energy is chaotic or coherent, scattered or strong, reactive or responsive. Enter Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. This ancient pranayama technique is not just about air, it is about energy. It is about aligning the two great polarities within you, the masculine and the feminine, the solar and the lunar, the active and the receptive. In the yogic view, you are not just a physical form. You are a network of subtle channels called nadis, 72,000 energetic pathways that carry prana, or life force, throughout your body. Among these, 3 are primary, Ida left side cool, lunar, introspective, feminine, Pingala right side, warm, solar, active, masculine, Sushumna center the path of spiritual awakening, running along the spine. When Ida and Pingala are balanced, prana rises through Sushumna. Awareness expands. Clarity arrives. Awakening begins. Nadi Shodhana is the practice that opens that door. Practice. Alternate nostril breathing. Sit in a comfortable posture with your spine tall. Let your shoulders drop. Jaw relax, and eyes gently close. With your right thumb, close your right nostril. Inhale slowly and deeply through the left nostril. Close the left nostril with your ring finger. Release the right nostril and exhale fully through the right. Inhale through the right nostril. Close the right. Open the left and exhale through the left nostril. This is one complete cycle. Continue for 5 to 10 minutes. Key tips: always keep the breath slow, smooth, and silent. Do not force or strain, let the breath guide you. Maintain your awareness on the coolness or warmth of the air. Feel the shift. This breath is symbolic of life itself, duality becoming unity. As you alternate nostrils, you are harmonizing brain hemispheres, aligning sympathetic and parasympathetic systems, soothing emotional turbulence, and preparing the body for deeper inner work. More than that, you are learning to hold 2 truths at once: the inhale and the exhale, the effort and the ease, the light and the dark. You become the still point between opposites, the center of the spiral, the calm amidst the current. This is more than healing. This is preparation, because in the stillness that arises from this breath, your true energy begins to speak. And what does it say? That you are not the breath. You are the space it moves through. You are not the energy. You are the consciousness that shapes it. As Nadi Shodhana balances your currents, you will begin to feel a quiet power building inside, not dramatic, not loud, but steady, rooted, certain. This is the prelude to mastery. And now, one step remains to rise as the conscious architect of your energy, to step beyond technique and into creation itself. Mastery does not arrive like a lightning bolt. It emerges slowly, breath by breath, step by step, through presence, awareness, and discipline. To master energy is not to control it with force, but to become one with its flow, to understand its rhythms, its language, its nature. You don't conquer energy. You co-create with it. And now you stand at the threshold of this co-creation. The practices you've explored: the body scan, the breath work, the intention setting. The balancing exercises are not just tools. They are doorways. Each one opens a part of you that had long been dormant. Each one restores a connection to your deepest truth, that you are not a victim of your energy. You are its master. But mastery is not perfection. It is presence. It is waking each day with a deeper sensitivity to the signals within your body. It is breathing consciously, even when the world spins fast. It is listening to your emotions as messengers, not enemies. It is holding your focus like a flame in the wind It is choosing your intentions with clarity, not chaos. And above all, it is remembering that energy is alive within you. It doesn't need to be summoned. It needs to be felt. It doesn't need to be chased. It needs to be aligned. To live as a master of energy is to walk differently. You carry a calm field. Your presence becomes magnetic. People feel it, even if they don't know why. Your words land deeper. Your silence speaks louder. Your thoughts shape outcomes with less resistance and more grace. And this mastery begins with small steps. So here is where you begin, or continue. Posture, sit, and stand with awareness. Let energy rise through your spine. Breath, return to it often. Make it deep, slow, and sacred. Emotion, notice. Accept. Transmute. Intention. Speak it clearly. Feel it fully. Release it completely. Practice 5 minutes a day. No more, no less. Just presence. Over time, you will notice subtle shifts. Energy flowing where there once was numbness. Calm where there once was chaos. Clarity in the space that used to be noise. This is not fantasy. This is not for the chosen few. This is for you right now if you choose it. Because you are not just a body with energy inside. You are energy with a body around it. You are the breath. You are the intention. You are the current and the command. And as you walk this path, as you breathe, feel, focus, and flow, you become something rare in this world. You become the conscious creator of your own reality. So take this moment. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly. Feel the energy stir. Exhale with intention. Now, open your eyes not just to the world around you, but to the power within you. You are ready. You always were.